Hi everyone, and welcome back to the second episode of Rat Rail, and this is the third movie review. It's been quite a few hours since we came out of Mamma Mia 2. Here we go again. And just a little bit of facts and figures before we get into the main review itself. Universal Studios distributed the film. The runtime was about 1 hour and 54 minutes. That's roughly about 2 hours. But it's a kind of film where it goes by pretty quickly. It's not a slog or anything like that. You're not checking your watch, which is good. And it has to be entertaining anyhow because it's a musical, as everyone knows, musicals are there to entertain you. It was written and directed by O.I. Parker. I think that's how you pronounce his name. So, for me personally, at the start of the film, I wasn't really getting engaged. It wasn't like gripping me at the start. I felt as it was a bit too tacky at the start of it. When she gets a degree at Oxford University, the young version of Donna and everything like that. But about 20 minutes in, the film started clicking for me.
Yeah.
And kind of thing. And then from then on, I was hooked. I thought, yeah, you're getting me, movie. You're piping my interest, kind of thing. But it did take the film 20 minutes for me to get with it.
Yeah.
And after that, I was with it all the way. So what about you? Did the film grip you at the start, or did it take you a while to get going?
I thought Lily James's acting skills was really good. I mean, I haven't seen a lot of films with her in that she played a young Donna, and I feel that obviously because I watched the first one, it kind of matched the sequel.
Yeah.
It matched it because that is how Donna was in her young days. What you hear in Mamma Mia, the first movie 10 years ago. I mean, it took them 10 years to write a sequel, and they did pretty good. I mean, everyone in the movie had a great understanding of the first movie, so then this made the second movie as good as the first one.
Has it really been 10 years?
Yeah.
I thought it was longer than that.
10.
10.
It was 2008, the first one that was released, and now it's 2018, so it's 10 years.
I mean, before going into it, I was kind of slightly put off. I'm thinking, well, why are they making a sequel for when half the songs are going to be the same as from the first film?
They weren't the same. They were all different ones. There's only two that was the same.
Well, let me finish. Most of the well-known ABBA hits are in both films. That's what I'm trying to explain. It's like, well, we've already listened to all these songs in like the first film kind of thing. So it's like it's nothing new. But however, if you let me finish, I was going to say, and then again, they did include a lot of new songs, and they did do the famous tracks, the hits from ABBA again, and they did it right this time.
Yeah.
And one of the main criticisms of the first film was Pierce Brosnan's singing. It was dreadful, absolutely god awful.
Yeah.
But in this, they learned from their mistakes because he had one little solo little song, and it wasn't actually a song. It was a few lines. But that was it. So they kind of thought, right, we get this right this time, and that's what they did. And I thought, yeah, bravo movie, because you're actually learning from your mistakes. And it was in the end, but it gets drowned out by everyone else, so I thought that was spot on as well.
Also, may I notice the chemistry between the actress Amanda Seyfried and actor Dominic Cooper. In the first one, they were actually in a relationship filming, but now they're not in a relationship because she's married and seeing someone else. I think I've got that right. But you can almost feel the chemistry between them on set isn't quite there as what it was before. It's almost like they are acting in this one, because if you watch the last one, you can actually see their emotions and their expressions in their faces. It's like as soon as this Sophie character came on, I thought, where's the emotion with Dominic Cooper, because they usually go really well together. But as it went along and the film picked up, when they when he came back, that was when she picked up as a character.
Yeah.
That is how her character picked up. So, whether or not it was for her for acting because he was away and she was just acting that part, or whether or not it's frostiness between them because they're not in a relationship anymore is another thing. But like, I almost sense that there wasn't that strong sort of bond that there was before.
So, so what you're saying is the first film didn't really have to act as in their chemistry because the chemistry was natural. It's like they were in a relationship at the time, so you can feel as if they had that connection straight away.
Yeah.
And they didn't have to try.
Yeah.
But in this one they did because they worked together.
Yeah.
I never knew that actually. To be honest,
yeah, I'm a big fan of Amanda Seyfried, and she's an amazing
I
actress.
thought the chemistry between her and Sky was fine.
Yeah, it was fine, but if you, I've watched Mamma Mia over and over again, the first one, and yeah, I'm used to like the characters and the settings and everything, and yeah, okay. I mean, I probably think it was to do with the actual film than it was to do with their relationships off screen. Maybe it was both, but obviously I can click with some characters, and I honestly think that there wasn't, just a smidge, there wasn't that chemistry there was before. I mean, let me know if you think that or not.
The rest of the cast I thought did a really good job. Donna's like best friends from then and now, because it keeps going to flashbacks of Donna's let's just say young life when she first goes to the island, meets all the locals and everything like that. I thought that was really good done on how they transaction the scenes from the past to the present. I thought that was really, really good. And how she meets technically three future husbands, boyfriends.
They're flings, Dan. They're flings.
Flings kind of thing. You know what I mean?
Donna's a fast mover. She was
you know what I mean, don't you?
She's a flyboat.
You know what I mean, don't you? The locations, the principal photography was lush. I really liked the locations for the film. It was really beautiful. It's like a place I might want to go to.
Yeah, I always wanted. I mean, the first one was filmed in Greece, obviously, but this one was filmed in a set of locations. But I wouldn't have been able to tell that. I did tell because the very first scene when you're first going in, this like the scenery. I thought, hang on a minute, that don't look like the same place that it was done in before, because I recognised it straight away. But then going through the film, they did go back to that place, so it must have been on different locations.
So, what do you think of the music? Was it more better? What's the word they say when they do dance routines and everything?
Oh, choreography.
Yeah, do you think the choreography and the actors singing the songs were better?
I think that Lily James gave it everything that she could have gave it as young Donna, and obviously the other two actresses who played the younger two, of Donna's friends, I think they did a good job as well, and it was so funny in some parts. I was laughing my head off. There's this one guy that's, what do you call it when the boat goes out? That guy, what was he? When he kept saying about their haircuts. It's a spoiler alert, but you've got to watch it. It's so funny.
Well, it's not really a spoiler because he's the ticket guy.
Ticket guy is so funny.
He commented about how short he likes people's hair to be, in regards to the male or female.
And he literally does it to everyone.
And I think there was like winking in mind of being a gay character, because he winks at one of their flings, so to say.
Yeah.
This is going to be spoiler-free review, so we're not going to tell you the ending whatsoever or any of the special guest stars in the film, because there are a few surprise cameos near the end of the film, so we're not going to mention anything like that. If we do, the review goes for too long. I thought the pacing of the film was really good. Like I said, the acting was brilliant. The songs were done a lot better this time. They were put in better positions in the film this time. They learned from the weaknesses of the first film, like say for Pierce Brosnan's singing or lack thereof, and the positives about the characters and stuff like that. Some parts of the film I did think, oh yeah, well I know what's coming next kind of thing. It's predictable kind of thing. But others, it did surprise me. But the part where they're gonna put on this big show, or they're gonna open something up and they want to get people into it and everything like that, but oh no, disaster strikes and everything goes wrong, and like, oh no, they're gonna get it done in time. Well, how many films have we seen that happen, where at the last minute people come in to save the day and everything turns out fine? I knew that was going to happen because it's a musical, isn't it? You know.
Can I just say something?
And let me finish, please. But the film did play more emotions. Yeah, it's meant to be a musical about the life of Donna, and they try not to keep it too, not depressing, but not too sad. I mean, there's a part near the end which made me cry.
With the baby, yeah.
Spoiler alert, kind of thing.
Oh, but they don't know what baby, do they?
That nearly made me. That did bring a tear to my eye, kind of thing. But that's not the film is about. The film is meant to be about the joy and experiences of Donna when she's young, to celebrate her life, kind of thing. It's more happy and upbeat, which I liked. I don't like musicals which are too depressing, because that's not what the musicals are about. So I really liked that. Like I said, at the near the end, it gets a bit sad and tearful, but it's not. It's not a film which should keep you too bummed out, kind of thing.
Okay, well, it depends on the way you look at that scene that he's on about, because it can be seen as like a happy and a sort of like happy emotion, because the way it's done, like it depends
Oh yeah,
how
but
you
it
look
still
on
gets you, because
Yeah.
it's still quite like a tearjerker type scene, kind of thing.
Yeah, I know, but it can also be, it's also a nice.
Oh yeah,
to
it's
see
happy.
that.
It's happy, but she wasn't really there. She was like
Yeah.
a spirit type thing, kind of thing.
Now you've just gone and ruined it.
Well, who can it be? It could be anyone. It could be one of the cast. It could be one of the characters dies in the film. You never know, do you? It could be anyone.
Yeah.
So it's not exactly a spoiler.
And of what you're on about as well, I mean, there was a few things that they didn't explain. Like what we're trying to say is here is that, obviously, until you watch this film, you're not going to know what I'm talking about. But they didn't explain what happened to this character. Do you know what I'm on about?
Are you on about the main cast member who we won't mention names?
Yeah, they
Well,
didn't. They didn't say why.
Well,
it
the
happened,
scene in the
did they?
flashback whilst a song was playing where she gives birth to her daughter.
Yeah,
But do you mean after that?
yeah.
No, they don't.
They didn't explain how it happened, so perhaps there's going to be a
Well,
moment
she gave birth in that farmhouse.
Yeah, but that was when she was younger. It's got to be like when it was when she was older. This happened.
Well, that's a thing. Didn't they mention it in the first film?
No, she was.
She was alive in the first film.
Yeah, she was.
Right.
But they never
I
mentioned
get you
it.
now. How she? All right.
They never like took you back or anything
I'm
and
with you
told
now.
you how, and none of the characters mentioned it
Yeah.
either. So
Sorry.
unless it's a Mamma Mia 3, this is a kind of a blip.
I reckon there will be actually.
Yeah, me too.
Looking at how this
And,
film, this film was a major success at the box office. It's much better than the first film. You can tell by some of the hearsay and some of the people giving it some good scores. Like Andy gave it. One of my friends gave it a really good score and everything like that. So I reckon it will be.
I like both of them.
Yeah. So let's wrap this up. So, like I said before, the songs are excellent, much better than the first film. The cinematography, the everything else, the locations, the dance routines, the storyline. Even through some little smidges were put out of place, or we don't understand how a certain character buys it, so to speak, and everything like that. But apart from that, though, I think it's a much better film than the first film. So out of the two, I prefer this one.
But you haven't watched the first one as many times as I have.
I know, but I have seen the first one.
For how many times?
And I can tell this film is a much better improvement over the first film. By miles.
Some of it.
By miles.
Not all of it.
Trust me.
Some of the closeness of the characters in this one.
There was a lot of closeness in this film, especially with their best friends. So I'm looking at my movie rating system. I'm going to give this film an 8 out of 10, which is recommended, which is of course a very good solid film, but just falls short of greatness. So what about you? In summary, strengths and weaknesses?
The strengths are the choreography, obviously the acting is very good. I liked the way everything was done in this movie and the feel to it and the emotions, how they got you 1 minute with like laughter, and they could also make you weep as well with a few of the scenes, and also some of it left you guessing, so I guess
it's very funny in parts as well.
Yeah,
very
it's
funny.
sort of like a comedy.
I laughed a lot.
Everyone was laughing.
Yeah. You could tell in that fair everyone was having a bloody good time with the film.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that. So what score would you give it?
I-
Weaknesses, sorry.
Weaknesses would probably be the it would sometimes if you're not watching it properly with the flashback scenes, they happen a bit quick, because I noticed that Donna, the young Donna, who's played by Lily James, was going from one to the other. Like 1 minute she was one place, 1 minute she was another, and we didn't actually see the plane fly over like we do in some movies. So I thought that was a bit like turning up in Paris.
They got to keep running time down because it's nearly 2 hours as it is.
Yeah,
isn't it?
I guess that's why. But except for that, some of the weaknesses in the characters, like their emotions, like the connection, wasn't quite there in the first half. But the second half, they kind of picked up a bit. So I think that's the only weaknesses I give it.
There's one massive weakness, which is pretty obvious. If you don't like ABBA, you're not going to like the film, because a lot of ABBA's songs are in the film. Very popular ones like Mamma Mia, Super Trooper, stuff like that, and the more lesser known ones. So if you're not a fan of ABBA, you probably won't like the film.
If you're a fan of Amanda Seyfried, and if you're like Dominic Cooper, you can just go and watch it, because I like them too. That's why I watch
Well,
it.
it's a good job I like ABBA, so I really dig some of the songs. The costumes near this is not non-spoiler. Costumes at the end match what the ABBA wore in the 70s.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, so there you go. So what score do you give it?
I gave the first one a 9, and I'm gonna.
No, the one about this film here.
Okay, I give it 9.
9 out of 10, which is highly recommended.
Highly recommended.
Must see, you won't be disappointed.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Watch it. It's great.
Yeah, it is. So thanks for joining us for this movie review of Mamma Mia 2. Here we go again. And as always, I am the rat, followed by my delicious, scrumptious girlfriend.
You're not going to eat me, are you?
No.
No.
It's got to be done. So wave goodbye. Bye-bye. See you later. Bye. Say bye.
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 Bye.